Where were you born?
in Poland.
What year, do you remember?
Well, I was, let's see,
March 3rd, 1909.
March 3rd, 1909.
And today, when we're recording, you're 92 years old.
And today I'm 92 years old. And
Yeah.
this will be in there?
Yeah?
All right. When I was born, my father had left me with my mother when I was 6 months old. And he went to the United States. And the World War broke. And I stayed with my grandfather at the time. We lived in one room. There was about 7 people in there. And some of the days when we went to bed, the beds were all the way around the room. And some of the times when the soldiers didn't have where to sleep, like the Bolsheviks came into town, they slept on the floor. And we times where I didn't have hardly anything to eat. One day I had a slice of turnip for a meal in the afternoon. About 10 years old, I went out fishing. There was a stream that used to run all the time, except in the wintertime it used to freeze up. So I'd go fishing, and sometimes I'd catch some fish, but I had a hard time. I couldn't even buy a line, and I couldn't find the rod. So I went into the woods and got myself a tree, that's the young ones, and I took the things off of the tree and cleaned it up and used it for a rod. And with the small town.
Small town?
You could walk around the town maybe in a half hour or an hour the most. You walk all the way around through the town. But then it came to the winter time, I didn't have any shoes to wear. And I used to take cloth, old cloth that was laying around, that was torn, shirts or torn anything, wrap it around my feet and go to walk in the snow without any shoes. You know, it's so long ago. We went first we went to part of Germany, Danzig, where we came from there. They brought us through there, and we got a ship I think we got a ship in Germany to go somewhere, to go to the United States. And, it's so long ago. And we came to the United States. It wasn't that easy, but we went on a ship, and finally we went to, now I know it was Ellis Island. Before I didn't know. And I didn't even know, they told me that the water itself in the ocean is salty. I never tasted salty water. So when I went into the ship, I picked up a lot of string, all I could find, and I found a Coca-Cola bottle, and I threw it into the ocean, and I tested the water.
And how'd it taste?
How it tastes. Oh, so I found out that it was salty. And all of a sudden, I'm standing at ship, and everybody's starting to run up in the deck. And I says to myself, what are they going there for? So I walk up and see what's going on. I walk up, I see a statue. I don't know what the statue represented. It was the Statue of Liberty. It was during Christmas time, and they were taking pictures of some of the people who came in that ship. And they gave me a gadget that I'd pull up a string and the hands would get up from the gadget, and a man, and I showed a person, when you pull it up, they move the hands up and down.
Oh, a marionette, like a puppet.
Like a puppet. So in the meantime, this little girl was watching it, and she started to cry because she didn't know what it was. So they took a picture of me and her, and they put it in the New York Times, I think it was, at the time. And my cousins who had brought us there went out and they saw it in the paper, in the newspaper. And then I met my father for the first time. I went to school there, and they took me in a special class.
How to teach you English?
How to teach you English.
Yeah.
And it was difficult because it's a different sounding entirely than Jewish. But finally, I was very strict with myself. If I started a word and I heard somebody else talking, I'd listen to him, and I would try to repeat the way he said it. And that's how I learned to speak English. For about 4 years in grammar school, that's all my schooling I had. And during the Yom Kippur, I stayed in the shul all day long and I fasted. And the man who took me there was talking to everybody, look at this. He hasn't gone out of the shul yet. He's still here all day long. Didn't eat anything.
Mm-hmm. And the depression?
No, the war wasn't over that time.
No?
It was still going on.
And the depression?
No, the war wasn't over that time.
No?
It was still going on. That war. At 19, I went into business.
On your own?
On my own. And then after I had an old used truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into the market, I bought stuff, and I brought it back and fixed it, and it's so long ago. It's so long ago. It's so long ago. It's so long ago.